Hello, I'm Camilla Torres from the Orlando Colonial FFA chapter.
Hi, I'm Rihanna McCracken from the Orlando Colonial FFA chapter, and this is our educational video presentation. We're doing it on Boer goat meat recipes.
The first recipe is stir fry with green onions. The ingredients needed are 2/3 pounds of either the loin or the leg cut into thin slices, 2 tablespoons of sesame or sunflower oil, and 12 green onions cut into 1-inch lengths. The first marinade, you will need 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. For the second marinade, you will need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper, and 4 tablespoons of water. The instructions for this recipe are first to cut the meat into uniform 1/8 inch slices and make them 1 and 1.5 to 2 inches long. Combine meat and the first marinade in a resealable bag and then shake it thoroughly. Refrigerate it for at least an hour. Stir fry the meat in the oil while stirring often. Add the second marinade and green onions and then continue to stir fry until thoroughly heated. Serve it over warm rice. It can make up to 5 servings. Over here is the finished product, and over here are the 2 cuts associated with the recipe, the loin and the leg. The loin is good for cooking because it is very flavorful when braised or stewed.
Our second recipe is goat gumbo. The ingredients are 2.5 pounds of goat meat, 1 large green pepper, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 3 large tomatoes chopped, a teaspoon of dried whole thyme, 1 bay leaf, 1/4 tablespoon of pepper, 2 cups of chicken broth, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 package of frozen okra, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1/2 teaspoon of hot sauce, 3/4 cup of chopped green onion, and 6 cups of hot cooked rice. Directions state: trim excess fat from goat meat and cut into 1-inch cubes. Combine the flour, thyme, salt, and pepper and dredge meat in the flour mixture. Heat the butter and oil in a Dutch oven. Add the meat and cook until browned on all sides. Remove the meat, reserving drippings in the Dutch oven. Add onion and green pepper to drippings. Sauté until tender. Stir in the meat and remaining ingredients except the rice. Cover and simmer for 1.5 hours. The photo right here is the photo of the flour mixture and what it looks like putting the seasonings in. And the photo over here is the piece of meat that is in the recipe. It is the shank. The shank tastes so good because it tastes good when cooked correctly, such as being grilled.
The next recipe is goat curry. The ingredients for the first marinade are 1.5 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of curry powder, 1/4 cup of chopped garlic, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh basil, 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 2 pounds of goat meat cut into 2-inch chunks. For the curry, you will need 1.5 cup of oil, 4 cups of coconut onions, 1 cup of chopped bell peppers, 1.5 cup of chopped carrots, and 1/4 cup chopped green onions. The directions for the marinade are to mix the soy sauce, curry powder, garlic, basil, chopped pepper, oregano, and black pepper in a large bowl. Then add the goat meat into the bowl and marinate it overnight. For the curry, you'll remove the goat from the marinade and then heat oil in a large pan and add the meat. Turn the heat to medium and sear until the goat is brown, about 15 minutes. Add the coconut milk and 4 cups of water. Cover and cook for about 2 hours, and then add the onions, bell peppers, carrots, green onions, and bay leaves. Simmer for about an hour. Serve it with rice or with rice and peas. Over there is the finished product with all of the garnishes, and over here are the 4 cuts that can be used. You can use the neck, the shoulder, the shank, or the leg. The neck isn't an organ meat, so it doesn't have a gamey taste or a strange flavor.
Our third recipe is goat enchiladas. The ingredients call for 12 tortillas, 1 onion chopped, 3/4 pound of grated cheddar cheese, 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, 1 pint of sour cream, 3 jalapeno peppers, and 2 cups of cooked goat meat. First, you mix the sour cream and soup in a saucepan. Add the chopped peppers and heat the mixture until bubbling. Heat the tortilla in the hot oil at one at a time. Add onions, cheese, goat meat, and a spoonful of soup in the middle of each tortilla and roll in place in a large baking dish. Pour the remaining soup mixture over the enchiladas. Top with the remaining grated cheese. Bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until the cheese has melted. On the right here in this picture, this is the final product and what it'll look like. And then in the other picture over here, that is the cut of meat that is used. It is the leg. The leg is good to eat because it's very tender, lean, and somewhat sweet. Can also be described as earthy.
Another recipe is goat meatballs. The ingredients needed are 1 pound of ground goat, 1 small clove of garlic, minced, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1½ teaspoon of finely grated orange zest, 1½ teaspoon of black pepper, olive oil for blushing, 3 tablespoons of light molasses, honey, or spiced syrup. And lastly, chopped fresh mint and pomegranate seeds to garnish. The directions are to knead together the goat meat, garlic, salt, orange zest, and pepper until combined in a large bowl. Form them into 1-inch meatballs, and then once you've moved them onto a foil-lined baking sheet, brush them with the oil. Turn on the broiler and put the meatballs under the broiler until golden and just cooked through, turning them as you go. Brush it with molasses immediately, and then sprinkle it with mint and pomegranate, and then serve it with toothpicks. That is the finished product if you put it all together without the toothpicks. And then for this recipe, you can use the entire goat along with any extra trimmings.
Our last recipe is Hawaiian goat mini kebabs. The ingredients are 1 pound of boneless leg of goat cut into 3/4-inch cubes, 1 14-ounce can of pineapple chunks, each cut in half, 1 cup of Italian dressing, 1/4 cup of melted butter, and 1 clove of garlic, minced, 3 slices of bacon cut into 1-inch pieces. First, you combine the goat meat, Italian dressing, and garlic in a shallow dish. Marinate for 1 hour or overnight in the refrigerator. Place marinated goat cubes, bacon pieces, and pineapple chunks on mini skewers or toothpicks. Brush the skewers with melted butter. Broil for 5 to 8 inches over a heat source for 5 minutes. Serve hot. Makes at least 6 servings. Right here, this is the final product, and on the other side, that is the cut of meat that is used. It's the shoulder and the shank. The reason that it tastes so good is not because it's because it's not game meat and can be paired with other flavors and not get overpowered. Thank you for your time and have a blessed day.